What's up, members of the barrio? It's John coming to you from Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and back in September I made a video that performed really well about what drives me crazy about living in New York City. So today, 6 months later, I am going to be making an answer to that video, 10 things that I love about living in New York City, just so everybody out there realizes that I love living here and that those complaints were just a small portion of my actual experience here. So if you're ready, here we go. We're gonna start with inspiration. One of my favorite things about living in New York City is how inspiring the people are that live here. Seems like everybody has a story, and if you're a creative person, if you're trying to network in certain industries, it is easy to find like-minded people. My good friend Tal is literally holding the camera right now. He's gonna come on soon. But even finding other people on YouTube, other Instagram people, there's just so many dreamers out there doing things that you're trying to accomplish, and it's very inspiring to see what they're trying to do, and then it pushes you to try extra hard as well. So seeing Tal vlogging out in snowstorms, I think to myself, well, I can't be lazy if he's doing it. So there's so many networking opportunities, so many good stories, so many inspiring things going on constantly in New York, and that is easily one of my favorite things about living here. Number 2, convenience. How many cities in the world can you get cookies delivered to you at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning? Insomniac Cookies, I'm looking right at you. And it's not just cookies, it's also having delis and bodegas in every single corner, having restaurants staying open late, being able to order takeout food late. Bars are open until 4 o'clock in the morning. When I grew up in New Jersey and I needed to do something, I had to jump in a car, I had to drive 10 or 15 minutes everywhere to get stuff done. In New York, where I live, I could just walk and within 5 minutes get so many different things done. New York is one of the most convenient places to live in the United States by far, and it's gotta be one of the top reasons that people come here. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next 3 things that I love about living in New York, I'm bringing in my good friend Tal, the traveling clat, who is a pretty new resident to New York. It's only been, what, 2 months?
2 months, yeah.
2 months. So these 3 reasons, I completely agree with all of them, but I want you to hear Tal's perspective as a pretty new New Yorker. What do you love about living here?
All right, so the top thing about living here probably has to be the diversity. I've never been to a place in my life that's more diverse than New York City. There are so many people from so many different ethnic backgrounds, and that means you can get whatever you want from whatever culture, whether that's music or food or festivals or whatever it be. And I just love that the communities are so vibrant too. They're both integrated into the common American society, but also they segregate themselves in the most amazing way, where it feels like you can go and travel to a part of the city, whether it be like Brighton Beach to the Little Odessa, or to Chinatown, or you go up to the Bronx and go to different parts that are super African or super Dominican or super Puerto Rican. And I just think it's the most incredible aspect and facet of the city is the diversity.
Diversity, awesome choice. We are walking and vlogging. This is very much Tal's style. Check out his channel.
Walk and talk, baby.
He does a whole walk and talk series. He's also doing guides to many of New York's neighborhoods and boroughs, so you've got to check out that list. It's coming out right now. What do you got up next?
So the next thing has to be the hustle mentality of New York City. Now this could be both like a good, healthy thing, but also a bad thing. But I find for me that this city really, kind of like you said, it inspires you to work really hard. So many people are doing so many things and working so hard that it makes it really hard to have a lazy day in or to just chill, because you'll feel like you're missing out almost. You almost have like FOMO of people doing other things and doing more than you. And the whole city seems to have this vibe. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go, what borough you are in, it feels like everybody's working really hard and hustling to achieve their goals and dreams. So it's really good for me to kind of keep motivated to work and stuff.
So you feel less motivated when you're in Florida?
It's impossible to be motivated in Miami. Let's put it that way. Everybody's just drinking tequila on the beach. It's not like, you have less of a desire to like do things immediately and get stuff done, because you know every day is going to be a good day. Here, for example, is like I know that I have a limited amount of days per week to film, and one of those days is going to be filled with snow or rain, or something is going to be like going on where I can't shoot. So like I have to schedule my days out. I have to know that every single day I gotta work, because one day I'm gonna be forced not to work. Whether in Miami, it's gonna be like every day is beautiful sunny weather and I can shoot whenever I want, however I want.
Definitely, definitely. Tal, what is reason number 5 for the audience?
So reason number 5 for me would be, I think the surprising part of that the city is not that expensive to live in. Now that being said, it's a lot more expensive than a lot of the places, but I think people have this perception in their head that New York is like an impossible, unattainable place to move to. And I mean, I came here on a really tight budget, and I'm living here and spending barely any money every month. If you want to spend like between $8 to $10 maximum on food a day, you can. If you want to find really cheap rent, you can. You won't be living like a king. You won't have a lavish lifestyle. There might be rats in your house like there are in mine.
This is honesty here.
But I mean, you can come and live and wake up every morning and see the Empire State Building from, you know, your place of work, and it's an amazing experience. So I think that's one of the most amazing things about living in New York, is that every time I find a way to live here cheaper, it surprises me. It's like, why aren't there more people doing this? Because it really is attainable, I think, for everyone, or for most people, to come out here and live life.
Tal, excellent reasons to love New York.
Man.
I mean, I think I could come up with 50 things I love about New York, but your 3 were very, very good. Something that I talked about in my video of what drives me crazy about New York is also going to be something that I love about New York, as hypocritical as that sounds: change of season. And I grew up in the Northeast. I think people that come from warmer climates might complain even more than I do about the winters here. But truth be told, if it was always 75 degrees or 80 degrees in New York, I might enjoy it for a while, but I actually think I would get bored. It's tough to appreciate the spring and the fall if you don't have a winter, and I like that whole life cycle where you see the trees and the leaves blooming. You can walk through Central Park in the fall. You know, you can even enjoy Central Park in the winter with snow and go ice skating. So you pretty much have like year-round activities you can do here. In the summer, there are nice beaches, surprisingly, in Queens or Brooklyn, nice enough that you can go to. So having that ability to enjoy the 4 seasons in New York is actually one of my favorite things, and one of my least favorite things when the weather is really awful and freezing. Living here, although I get numb to it sometimes, you really do feel like you're on a movie set constantly, just walking these streets. I mean, we have a pig behind me, a pig with a crown. How many pigs with crowns do you have on the street in Akron, Ohio? Probably at least 1 or 2, but still, like just walking around this city, especially when you're in Midtown or near any of the bridges, the photo opportunities, the energy here, like you feel like you're in a different world. It sometimes feels surreal to me. I won't notice it for a while, then I'll just be walking and the sun will be setting and I'll have this amazing view of the Hudson River, and then it sort of justifies why I moved here, all the opportunities you can get. It really does feel like a movie, at least to me. I've got one word for you: variety. And I mean the variety of attractions here, from all the museums you can go to the parks, the historical areas. You could be kept busy for years just exploring this city, and it's one of my favorite things. I can always find something new that I haven't done before pretty easy. As someone that creates these YouTube videos, one of my favorite things about living in New York that I love are all the hidden gems. I mean, even just the last video we made about the abandoned fort in Queens, or the little neighborhoods that most tourists never go to, or even those little hidden spots in your own neighborhoods that you know about, like that one restaurant that just serves the best food that's always empty, or the little coffee shop that nobody's ever heard of but you know is really good. I think we all discover our own hidden gems living in New York long enough, and I'm just really happy to actually video them for you guys. So that's something that I personally love a lot about living here. New York City has the most diversity of food anywhere in the United States. If you're looking for it from any country in the world, we definitely have at least one restaurant that's got it, and the quality is usually pretty damn high as well. You could eat at a different restaurant in New York City every night for the next 5 years, and that is not even an understatement. There's always new places that are opening up. The competition for restaurants is so high here that for the consumer, while it can be expensive, you have a never-ending supply of places to eat, and if you know where to look, cheap options for food as well. In all 5 of the boroughs, this is a foodie's paradise. There you have it, 10 things I love about about living in New York City. Guys, make sure to check out my other New York City playlists, link down below for even more awesome ideas of things to do when you come to New York. Thank you so much for watching as always. Until next time.
We got another train. We got another train. We love these trains so much.
We beep and love these trains. Thank you.